So today we're going to do a dupe tutorial. I have done one side of my face with Highend and one side with Drugstore. I will not spoil it for you, but before we get into that tutorial, please hit subscribe. If you have not already, hit the little notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what your favorite dupe is, and if you guys want more dupe videos, I would love to do them for you. So please just leave that down there. We tried out as many dupes as we possibly could in this video, so I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like it. I have never worked so hard on a video like preparing ever, so I hope that you'll enjoy it. Again, please give me a thumbs up if you do, and let's get into the tutorial. So these are our two dupes. This is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer, and this is the BH Cosmetics Anti-Shine Primer. I use these on my nose. Honestly, I feel like I can use them interchangeably. I do think that they are a dupe. I think they're a dupe. This one might be like slightly stronger, but like the same. I think we should do the Drugstore side on this side and the Highend on this side. Okay, so this is the Highend side. I put it mostly on my nose. So I'm trying to do like just down the center of my nose and down on this side of my face and a little bit on my chin. I almost feel like this one's got some sort of blurring effect too. I had a few different foundation dupes in mind, but I wanted to obviously do the one that had the closest color match. The Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in Porcelain, and then this one is in Ivory Light 10. Marc Jacobs on this side and the Wet n Wild on this side. There's obviously a huge price difference. So this one is the Marc Jacobs and this one is the Wet n Wild. So they're not exact, but that's pretty stinking close. It was the closest one that I had. This is the Marc Jacobs. Don't worry, I'll put it on my forehead. You can't see my forehead. I'm a little worried that this foundation is going to be a bit fair for me right now, because we are at the end of summer and I get a little bit darker. So I do think the Wet n Wild one's a little more yellow toned and the Marc Jacobs might be a little bit more pink. Hopefully I don't look like a crazy person. Okay, I'm gonna use a different side of the sponge. I used the bottom for the other side, so I'll just use a pointy side. Alright, so there we go. We have the Marc Jacobs on this side and the Wet n Wild on this side. Honestly, they look almost, I can't tell even in shade difference. I'm kind of looking at the monitor, looking in the mirror. Like, part of me is wondering if there's like the tiniest bit more coverage from the Remarkable Marc Jacobs foundation, but I also have more moles and stuff on this side than I do on this side, so I can't really tell if it's just that, but here is the difference. So Marc Jacobs, Wet n Wild. Looks pretty close to me. I'm gonna leave you guys in really close just so you can really see the difference or similarities in these products. Next, we're gonna move on to concealer, which I love. It is impossible to dupe the Shape Tape, but this, I always say this funny, but this is the closest dupe that I have found. So right here we have the Tarte Shape Tape, and then we have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I have mine in C1. They are pretty close in shade. They're not exact, but we're going with it. So let me just put my Shape Tape on this side. I normally put it in the center of my chin, so I'm just gonna have to figure that out. And then I will just prime with these as well. But see, they're really close in shade. One side to blend out. This is the Makeup Revolution side. And now I'm going to turn it to like the one side that doesn't have concealer or foundation on it. Blend out my Shape Tape side. Look at that. Let me turn this down a little bit so you can really see the face. It's kind of hard because I have natural sunlight on one side of my face. But again, this is Shape Tape, this is Makeup Revolution, and then Marc Jacobs and Wet n Wild. Highend, Drugstore. Woo, now we get a set under eyes, girl. The e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, and then this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So we're going to set this under eye with this, and this under eye with this. Obviously, there's a huge size difference in these, but also a huge cost difference. This cap is too tiny. There we go. Okay, so we're going to use the Laura Mercier one on the other eye. All right, so there are both sides. I don't see a difference. Next, we are going to set our face a little bit. This is more kind of just like a veil that I like to put on sometimes that will make it easier to blend my powders on my cheeks on top of these. So the two we're going to use is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. So this one's for the high end, it's more affordable. Sorry there's so many Revolution products in this video, but they dupe a lot of stuff. And then we're going to use this one from the Beyond Radiance palette. It says it's a highlighter palette, but this is more of a matte highlighter palette, and they're just really finely milled and just beautiful. In the pan, they look a little different because this one's got kind of a yellow tint to it, but once you put them on the face, like, because you don't see that yellow tint, they're both pretty translucent. Like, I don't see them adding anything besides, like, creating a really smooth base on my skin. We're gonna do face first, and then we'll do eyes, just because I feel like it today. This has been talked about a lot. This looks disgusting. I'm sorry, I've had it for a hot minute, but this is... I keep holding them on the wrong side. We are going to use the Anastasia contour kit on this side, and then we're going to use the NYX contour kit on this side. This shade in the Anastasia contour kit, and then we're going to use this shade in the NYX. Oh, this shade in the NYX contour kit. I feel like the Anastasia one, which is this one, is slightly more neutral than the NYX one, but I've put them both on my face before, and I didn't really see a difference, so I guess we'll see. Okay, the next thing we're going to dupe is blush. So we are going to take MAC Margin, which is this guy right here. And then the dupe I found is this little, it's a gradient highlighter, but I use it as a blush. This is Sunlight Mood Lights. So let's see. Pop it on the drugstore side, on the dupe side. And I did wipe my brush off in between, so you guys know I use the same blush brush, but just because I'm obsessed with this one. So there we go, MAC Margin, Revolution Sunlight Mood Lights on this side. Looking pretty similar to me. Highlight. So I grabbed this highlight a while ago and it came broken, that's why it looks a little funky, but I fixed it. But this is LA Girl 80 Watt, and then this is Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. This highlight's a little dark for me, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. This on this side, this on this side. I might be able to get away with it. So this is the Becca. It's just a little dark for my skin tone, but we might be able to make this work. Okay, and now I'm going to use the other side. I used the Becca on this side. I'm gonna flip it over and go into they're the same. They look the same. Do they not look the same? That's so close. Oh, girl, I love me some dupes. So again, Becca, LA Girl. Becca, LA Girl. It's a dupe. Since this is a little bit too gold for me, I'm gonna grab another dupe. You couldn't just get one highlighter dupe. We're gonna do, this is Jeffree Star Ice Cold, and then Makeup Revolution Ice Kiss. So the bottom one is Jeffree Star, the top one is Makeup Revolution. This will just lighten it up a little bit, just because I need some sort of brightness, because that gold is too dark. Sorry that I'm being extra, and you guys know I like a lot of highlight. I'm going to try and put this on one half of my nose. Going back in. This is this one. Sorry that I can't just do one. Oh, she glowing, girl. She glowing. If you go a little overboard, like I do on the daily with your highlighter, I usually just take a sponge and just kind of pat it into the skin. And it just kind of melts into your skin a little more. I'm excited. Let's put some brows on. Okay, so the next dupe we're going to do is the Anastasia Brow Definer. And I have my brow definer in taupe. And then this is the Carity Brow Goals 3-in-1 brow powder and brush. I think this is the taupe shade. It doesn't say, but I'll definitely leave it down below. There's also one from Makeup Revolution. I just didn't want to put too many Revolution products in this video because they do dupe a lot of other brands. We know that. I swatched them right here to kind of test the color. You can see one's a little more warmer. Hopefully I don't look like a crazy person. Luckily, one of my brows is kind of hidden by my hair. So I'm going to start on this brow, but I'm just going to fill it in. So again, this is the high-end side with the Anastasia Brow Definer. The difference between that one and the Carity one does come with a powder. So it's got a little squishy thing with a powder in here. I don't use that too often just because the applicator is kind of big, but I have used it. And I mean, it's a great brow powder. It just don't really love the applicator. But the actual pencil is very similar in shape and everything. So let's hope the color's close enough. Brows are kind of wonky today, but what is new? I have a brow mascara dupe for you. This is the NYX Brow Mascara in Blonde, and then this is the MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Set in Empathetically Blonde. They're really close in shade too, and they both mostly just give you a tint. They aren't going to really glue your brows in place, so I find the formulas very similar. I use both of them when I want to like lighten up my brows a little bit. I'll show you the wands too side by side in just a second. I'm a turd and didn't do that first. So this is the MAC, this is the NYX. So the one with all the product on it is the MAC brush. I do prefer the actual spoolie a little more because it is smaller, but really they're literally, besides that, they're the same. And the next one is cheaper and cruelty-free, which is always a better option. Oh, we get to do eyeshadow now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this dupe. I mean, this one I haven't tested on my eyes yet, but knowing Makeup Revolution, it's gonna be a dupe. So the two dupes we're going to use for eyeshadow today are the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and then this palette has not been out very long. This is from Makeup Revolution again. Sorry, Revolution Beauty. Revolution. I'll always say Makeup Revolution, I'm sorry. I'm trying to switch. Revolution, this is the Reloaded Velvet Rose palette. The shades on this one do not have names, so I'm just going to show you as I use them. I'm going to use the same brushes just to get the same effect, but I am going to wipe off my brush very thoroughly before I switch to the other eye. It's looking like a dupe to me. Looking like a dupe. My favorite, clearly, to start with my transition shade, this is Burnt Orange. And then the dupe for that guy is this little baby right here. I love these Reloaded palettes. Oh, girl. Flat shadow shader brush thing. What? That same color. And I'm gonna really buff it out on the lower lash line. Now I'm going back in with Burnt Orange. Now we are going to take Tempera right here, and then obviously the Tempera dupe, which is this guy down here, and put this on the brow bone. So make sure I put it on the right eye. So this is Tempera. Just to kind of blend that back down because I always go too high. I think Mulberry. I think Mulberry is what we're gonna go with. I love this shade. I'm gonna take that Mulberry shade again on the lower lash line. It's kind of a big brush to use on my lower lash line, but I can't find my favorite one, so. What I'm assuming is the Mulberry dupe is this guy right down here. So you're going to take that one and put it over here. Lower lash line with the Revolution one. I think I want to do a cut crease. I don't do a cut crease that often. So again, going back to my concealers, using Revolution on the dupe side, Shape Tape on the other side. To save the time, we are going to use the gold shade, which is a dupe of, I guess it's supposed to be duping bronze. So, bronze, which is this guy. going in with this little beauty, at least to start out with. Okay, so there's the Revolution eye. Now we're gonna do the High-End eye. Now we're going in with bronze. I say that's a dupe. Alright, so these two in the actual tube don't look like an exact dupe because the BH Cosmetics one is a little more cool toned, but once you have them on the eye and the reflection and everything is happening, you can't tell at all. So I'm going to put, obviously, the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy shade on this eye, and then I'm going to put the BH Cosmetics, what is this, Rapture shade on this eye. So you're going to do a little bit on the lid, just to kind of amp up the sparkle, because I like a little sparkle. Oh yeah. And I'm just trying to focus it mostly on the inner corner and then kind of fan it out. BH on this side. I think that I'm going to put it down here as well. BH. I know that often, like, my eye looks look a little uneven. Like, I've been told that my halos are not even more than once. This eye doesn't open as wide as this eye, and this eye's got, like, I don't know, I have wonky eyes. Sorry. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of Noir, the black, and then obviously the black shade in the, just a little bit right out here. Okay, now we're using this shade. Alright, so the next thing we're going to dupe is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and as you guys know, this guy is my favorite. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen in Ultra Black. So we're going to put Kat Von D on this eye and Physicians Formula on this eye. So I don't have a mascara dupe or a lash dupe. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara and some lashes. Let me grab my lashes. I think I want to go dramatic today. I think we're going to use these Shot Miss A Isabella lashes. So I'm going to pop these on and I'll be right back. I look insane right now. Insane. I didn't have a lip liner dupe either. I'm sorry, total fail. So I went ahead and put a ColourPop Grunge on, but I made sure to only outline it and outlined obviously on both sides. I saved myself because I had a very bold lip planned, but I clearly went with a very bold eye. So I found a nude dupe. Okay, this is the Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin. I love this. And then this is NYX's Liquid Suede in Sandstorm. So I'm going to start with Liquid Suede on this side. Those are the swatches. They're very close, not exact, but on the lip, I feel like you're not going to be able to tell. So the bottom one is the Jeffree Star and the top one is the NYX. I cannot, once they're drying, I can't tell the difference. Can you tell the difference? Let me know. All right, so all we have left is setting spray. So the setting spray dupe that I have found is this is my favorite. This is my baby. Oops, I gotta hold them on the right side. The Urban Decay All Nighters Setting Spray, and then there's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Set and Spray. I kind of prefer the High-End. Plus, Urban Decay is cruelty-free and L'Oreal is not, so keep that in mind. I'm going to spray this side of my face with, I'll try and well, definitely prefer the Urban Decay Mister. Alright, loves, so that is the completed look. Let's get one more look on each side. Again, this is the high-end side. This is the drugstore side. Crazy, right? It looks like I did my makeup with all the same products. Alright. What do you guys think? Please let me know if you want to see more dupe tutorials in the future. I am pretty impressed. Like, I had kind of researched all of these individually and swatched them and looked up to see if anyone else thought they were a dupe. So I put in my work on this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will happily do another one for you because I found so many more dupes that I didn't have a chance to use in this video, but I think that I piled pretty much as many as I could in here. I piled a lot. I probably look a little crazy. What time is it? I have been decluttering for hours. I probably had this makeup on for about 8 hours because it's 9 and it was like 1 something when I started filming. So I didn't think I was going to do a check-in, but I figured I might as well do a check-in since I'm still sitting down here with all of my lights on because I've been filming declutter videos. So I thought that I would give you a little bit of a check-in, 8-hour wear test of the dupes and the high end. So I'm going to bring you in. This is me. So again, in case you have forgotten, this is Highend. This is the Drugstore. It's breaking up a little around this side. Barely around this. Dang, Marc Jacobs. I forgot how good that Marc Jacobs foundation is. But not really bad. Look at the highlights still popping. Highlights still popping. Let me turn down this a little bit so you can really see. Hopefully you can actually see. It's pretty dark, but again, Highend, Drugstore. Consider I'm literally sweating. I turned the fan back on because I'm sweating. So if you can hear that fan, it's even closer to the mic now because I had to move it while I was decluttering. My cats are insane. But I mean, the eye makeup looks pretty much the same, right? Looks the same to me. Like, there might be a little more smudgies on this side, and this is the high-end eye. Yeah, so the only thing is the foundation's kind of breaking up on the Wet n Wild side, but it looks really good, in my opinion. On the Marc Jacobs side, that Marc Jacobs foundation is where they're drying. It's really good for oily skin, so high coverage, oily skin, so good. Which, I don't really have oily skin except for on my nose. I thought you'd enjoy a check-in. Hopefully you found this, because I know sometimes people want to know the wear of everything. I feel like it looks pretty much identical with the exception of this situation on this side. Yeah, which isn't even that bad. I bet if I just took my sponge and like blotted it a little bit and like set it with a powder, it'd be fine. I didn't use a powder at all today either, besides my initial powder that I used. And I only used the Hourglass powder and the Revolution Radiance powder, and those are not really like high oil control. But both of those foundations are really good with for oil. So I hope that made sense. All right, let me get to the actual end of this video. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and share it if you could because it does help me out so much. And please subscribe if you have not already. Join our family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up again. Just let me know if you enjoy dupe videos and I will try and do more for you. All right, I will talk to you soon. Bye. I have baby powder on my nose. Oh, I didn't get a blush dupe. Ugh. Hold on. Whoa, I know you guys like it when I wear some blush. Can we all just take a moment for the sadness that I dropped mascara on my Soft Glam palette? Wipe up my butt. Bleh. I didn't bring a pair. I'm literally wiping it on my sweatpants. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But I promise you I'm wiping it off right now. I would rather you know that I'm wiping it on my sweatpants than think that I didn't wipe it off because I want you to trust me. I always use this little, it's like a it's from I can't. Oh. I'm just gonna fit all the dupes on my face that I can. Does it always smell like root beer? Where have I been? I don't know. Hey, I'm too short in this chair. I'm too short in this chair.